I'm going to let this video do the talking for the best argument for the Second Amendment. So wait. Did y'all hear that? This video is brought to you by Extreme Tees. Click on the link below. Make sure you put Kevin in the promo code and you'll get a 20% discount. Yo, what's up? This Kev from Kevin's Corner. I'm going to let this video speak for itself. I don't even need to do that much commentary on this one. I think the footage and the, of course, wonderful editing and putting together all this for y'all will present an undeniable best argument ever for the Second Amendment in America. Okay? And we're going to have to understand this, we got to take a little trip down under to really understand what I'm coming from. Okay? To really understand what I'm talking about. So y'all ready, mate? Let's go.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
Oh. Well, 1980 Australia government confiscated firearm from law-abiding citizens under the guise of the gun buyback program. Oh, okay. Hundreds of thousands of firearms were seized and destroyed. Okay, what? The following footage was obtained by the NRA. What? Look at all that, y'all. Destroying all these beautiful, fine-tuned weapons of protection. Wow, yeah. That's making everybody safer down there, I'm sure. Ooh.
The Australian government, as part of trying to clamp down on the availability of automatic weapons, offered a good price for buying hundreds of thousands of guns. They believed, and I think the evidence supports them, that by offering to buy back those guns, they were able to, curtail the supply and to set a different standard for gun purchases.
Anti-gun activists in the US have been pushing for gun law reform. Australia, having made substantial changes to its gun laws, is often held as an example. The country has a very low rate of gun-related homicide when compared to the US, where people are at least 20 times more likely to be murdered by firearms. Stricter gun controls can't stop every mass shooting, but they have made Australia a significantly safer place.
If there's one rule that anti-gun politicians, organizations, and mainstream media live by, it's never say the words gun confiscation. Even if that's exactly what you want to do. They can call it whatever passive-aggressive phrase they want, because the ultimate goal of these schemes is the same. Take privately owned guns out of the hands of the people.
Y'all hear that? So, I guess after a mass shooting that took place that killed quite a few people, they decided to go ahead and restrict everyone's guns, and they gave them this option, which really wasn't an option, to buy back their guns, but it kind of was like, but you kind of got to go ahead and give it to us. It's not a real buyback program. It's, one of those things. Now, you can, do this easy or you can do it hard. And apparently, this commentator right here who's talking about it and giving us a little bit of the background on it and saying that there's less homicides now due to guns, well, that's great. That's great and all. But see, the biggest problem with that is, you don't necessarily need guns to protect you from your other citizens or folks that might, lose their mind and break in your house, all that stuff. You don't just need them for your self-protection. But now, look what's going on down there in Australia. So how is this gun buyback program working out now? So they might be safer from their own citizens that might have some ill intent. But now what they're vulnerable towards who? The government. And now this argument makes sense. Second Amendment, you think I'm worried about? All of these knuckleheads running around Youngstown. God forbid I catch one by one of these dummies. But I am worried about what we're about to talk about in a few seconds and listen to, y'all. What we're about to listen to. I am worried about that.
Back in 1977, Australia was generally pretty relaxed about guns.
Do you notice anything unusual or different about me? You're looking very nice today. Your haircut.
Fast forward 19 years and it's a different story.
Oh, it's different?
It was and still is the worst mass shooting in Australian history. Less than 2 weeks after the Port Arthur massacre, the Prime Minister at the time rallied the 8 states and territories together to push through strict gun laws and a gun buyback scheme.
Waste the guns.
Public opinion was mixed, but the number of deaths and mass shootings has dropped dramatically since then. And the country's strict gun policy is often quoted as a success story for how to implement gun regulation. Really?
I'm not sure if I look at that as success. Because, see, right now, as we shift into the second part of our little montage, you're going to see the bigger danger to the majority of people down there in Australia is not individuals with guns, but instead folks that have guns that want to take away certain things, and they also got the power, and other folks with guns to enforce what they want to remove from the citizens. But you can't do that unless you remove the guns first. So let's see how that all worked out for Australia.
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order.
New World Order.
Australia now, where an anti-lockdown protest in Melbourne has turned violent. Police arrested demonstrators and used pepper spray as hundreds of people took to the streets.
In the New World Order.
Anger boils over in Melbourne.
In the New World Order.
These protesters want their freedoms back.
In the New World Order.
The city is in its 6th lockdown. Now the restrictions have been extended to the entire state.
In the New World Order.
Frustration is also mounting in Sydney.
In the New World Order.
Despite being more or less shut down for 8 weeks, the majority of Australia's coronavirus cases are being recorded there.
In the New World Order.
Officials say hard lockdowns will only be eased when inoculation rates climb.
In the New World Order.
For these protesters, that can't come soon enough.
In the New World Order.
Across the country and the world, vaccine passports have proven to be divisive, but leaders maintain they're necessary.
In the New World Order.
New World Order. Wait just a minute, y'all. So I've been hearing this lady who had a sample and put in the midst of this, rocking that over and over again, the hook in the New World Order. Now, I'm just wondering, why aren't all of these Australians that want their freedoms able to deal with these police officers, deal with the military that's coming in and forcing them back in their cribs, forcing them to, you know, have to do stuff that they might not want to do. I wonder if they're sitting there thinking right now, like, man, maybe we shouldn't have gave up, you know what, back in the day. Yeah, we might saved a few lives here and there. But our whole country right now is vulnerable to who? Not those individuals anymore. We're vulnerable to evil politicians. They got a bigger agenda, and because they control the folks with the you-know-whats, now all of a sudden, all you have to defend yourself against tyranny is a hand with skin on it. That is it. And a hand with skin up against some bullets and billy clubs and all that stuff, it just don't fly. But let's continue. Maybe they'll soften their tone and think about individual rights and freedoms. Let's see.
Go back to normal. We can't deny that we're going to have to live with COVID.
Chaos in Brisbane's Botanic Gardens.
In the New World Order.
New World Order.
Police trying to arrest a man are surrounded, swarmed by protesters.
In the New World Order.
Wow. Your fault! You are the virus! You are the problem!
Even in a city with no lockdowns and very few restrictions, protesters still say their freedoms are being taken away.
I don't believe in the vaccine. I don't think it should be mandated, and I think if you wanted to take the vaccine, you should feel safe to take it.
Furious over mandatory jabs, vaccine passports, and the media.
Get your cameras off my phone.
Yeah. See, you could be mad all you want. Right about now, their anger means nothing to those politicians who saying, so what? We don't care if you're mad. We don't care if you want to sit outside and watch sunrises. No, get your butt back in the house. We don't care if you want to go to work. No, we don't care if you got hesitation or some concerns or some questions. No, none of that matters anymore. See, and I'm thinking to myself, why aren't they doing the same thing here in America yet? Which they would love to do. We're going to find out in a second. What's the difference? What is making the drastic difference and approach towards these folks down there in Australia versus here in America as of now?
Dr. Bonnie Henry in a Kamloops article in May said that the inequities in our society are such that there's no way we would implement a vaccine passport. She said that in May, quote unquote. And now we have the vaccine passport.
Yeah. See, now I'm starting to question these politicians, how they're setting folks up by lying to them, calming them down. Say, what? You think we is going to... No, man, we ain't here to try to force y'all to do nothing. Look, that's unconstitutional, okay? It's like now, a couple months later, all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? Now all y'all need it. And we're going to make your lives miserable until you do what we tell you to do. But, you know, these are European, and, you know, Canada's not a European country, but nonetheless, they're very nice. They're very nice. But let's see what happens. Here we go.
But mostly, they don't want vaccines to be mandatory for anyone.
Yeah, that wouldn't be cool.
It's not totally against being vaccinated. When I'm vaccinated, I'm here because I find that the freedoms of all of these people in Canada is being squashed.
In the New World Order.
Whoa, Australia again, y'all. Now maybe all those people dressed in black with those masks on and that body armor are citizens. Armed citizens that might be able to resist tyranny and their freedoms being removed. Maybe that's that. No, it's not them. Those are the police. That's it. Man, wow. I mean, can you imagine being in a country where your military and your government can be used to force you to do stuff that you don't want to do? That's somewhat scary. Wow. Now, I'll tell you what, all those that might have voted back in the day, yeah, I mean, I guess that government means well. We trust them, don't we? I mean, they're saving lives. Here's our guns. There you go. Fast forward to today. I'm pretty sure if this was a cartoon and you can see that bubble of them thinking above their heads, so many of them would be sitting back looking up at that thing going, why did we agree to that? Huh? Interesting. Oh, what was this?
Yeah, they're running.
Wow. Oh, they're chasing people.
Oh my God, they're swarming on one person.
Oh my.
Is that one guy?
Well, guys, you know what? Let's go ahead and see what's happening over here in the U.S., okay? Because, see, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some comparisons that can be made about how their government is handling them. Because, see, I'm figuring our government probably isn't doing that because our Democrats and our leaders believe in freedom of religion, freedom of choice, and, you know, freedom of speech and all those things. I'm figuring that's the only reason they're not doing that to us over here, because after I hear statements like this...
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
That concerns me. See, when I hear a leader talk to me like he's my dad, look, man, I've been patient, but my patience is running thin. So what now? So what now what? What you gonna do when I exhaust all of your patience? Are we gonna be looking at what we're seeing here in this montage and down in, you know, in Australia? I mean, what's the difference? Why haven't his patience just went completely out the roof and he said, that's it, we're gonna do exactly what they're doing down there in Australia to our citizens? What could it be? Could it be that pesky Second Amendment? That they're always telling us, you always think we're coming for your gun. Nah, man, you know what? We want a confidence. We need more restrictions and all of that stuff. Go ahead, be a dummy like history shows what happened to them, as we're seeing now. This is the result of saying, yeah, okay, we trust the government. There you go. See? So all those Americans out there that is anti-Second Amendment and think we're over-exaggerating, all you got to do is take a look down yonder and you will see. That's it, man. Take a look down under and you will see why we are saying, man, don't be coming up here asking, can I get those? Man, I just want to hold on to them. I'll give you a couple chips, some money. You want some scratch for it, right? No, it's mine. You can't buy back something you didn't buy in the first place. But let's continue, because I'm pretty sure our politicians and our media over here respects our individuality and our choices, right?
And I think what we really need to do is get the vaccines authorized for children as soon as that's possible.
But our patience is wearing thin.
And what we really need to do at this point is to make vaccination the easy choice. It needs to be hard for people to remain unvaccinated.
But our patience is wearing thin.
Right now, it's kind of the opposite. It's fine. I mean, it's easy if you're unvaccinated. You can do everything you want to do anyway.
But our patience is wearing thin.
But at some point, these mandates by workplaces, by schools, I think it will be important to say, hey, you can opt out, but if you want to opt out, you have to sign these forms, you have to get twice weekly testing. Basically, we need to make getting vaccinated the easy choice. That is what it's going to take for us to actually end the pandemic.
I'm concerned. That doesn't sound like America talk, okay? This is America, greatest country on the planet. You better speak some American. This woman up here talking about something. We better make it hard for everybody to get, you know what? And if you want those choices and these freedoms, and I'm thinking to myself, well, that's what I thought I had. And I'm pretty sure those folks down there in Australia thought they did too, until they didn't. And so when I start hearing rumors around there like that, presidents getting up there talking about, look, we've been patient with y'all, but my patience is running thin. That concerns me. When I start seeing operatives like this get on CNN and they're saying things like that, like, look, you know, if you want your freedoms, then you need to do what we tell you to do. I didn't think it was conditional. But yeah, wow, I wonder what they would do if we didn't have the Second Amendment.
But our patience is wearing thin.
I think we really need to make it clear that there are privileges associated with being an American. That if you wish to have these privileges, you need to get vaccinated.
I was thinking, you know, I just had those privileges because I was born in the land of the free. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, you know what? I'm listening to Joe and Fauci and Nasty Pelosi months ago saying, no, we will never do that. No, we can't do this. Is America. This is America. That's what I was thinking too. But now we're finding out that they don't care about that fact that this is America. I'm a little concerned and getting more concerned as we listen to this. Yeah, maybe we should learn from others' mistakes.
But our patience is wearing thin.
Travel and having the right to travel interstate, it's not a constitutional right as far as I know, yes, to board a plane. And so saying that if you want to stay unvaccinated, that's your choice. But if you want to travel, you better go get that vaccine.
But our patience is wearing thin.
This is something that is on the table, that's being discussed. And as you quoted me correctly, I said that I'm not proposing it. But if the president decided, all other things considered in that decision, I would certainly support that.
But our patience is wearing thin.
Is he now considering mandating vaccinations to fly domestically?
We are always looking at more we can do to protect and save lives. Obviously, he made a significant and bold announcement yesterday, so I haven't anything to predict or preview for you, but we'll continue to look for ways to save more lives.
But our patience is wearing thin.
I would say, right now, last week we announced some bold, ambitious steps that were supported across the board from our health and medical experts.
But our patience is wearing thin.
Right now, our focus is on implementing those. Part of that was also doubling fines for people who were not wearing masks on planes.
But our patience is wearing thin.
A step that we feel would help keep people safe on flights.
That's
and
all it is.
reduce
it's for you.
The spread.
It's for you.
We haven't taken options off the table.
But our patience is wearing thin.
There you have it. So they haven't taken options off the table, but our patience is running thin. Now, we trying to work with y'all, and we trying to save everybody's life. We're doing this for you. We feel that we can save others by removing and taking away your freedoms. Yeah. And if you don't comply, we'll go ahead and start sticking it to you in regards to your job. And, I guess according to the lady on CNN, your ability to travel and your God-given liberties in America to kind of do what you want to do. Everything's conditional based off of what these politicians and unelected bootleg scientists like Funky Fauci and all of them say you can do. And you see Funky Fauci trying to play both sides of that fence. Well, I'm not suggesting it, but I mean, if he does, I will support that. I bet you would, Funky. I bet you would. But the moral of the story, guys, is this whole montage makes the argument for why it's important to have a Second Amendment. If you haven't been paying attention to the video, the big difference between what's going on in Australia and what they want to do here is the Second Amendment. Yes, when I'm not saying that they won't try to do something like that in the future, but I guarantee you, if that wasn't in place, if we ever get complacent, lulled to sleep, manipulated into saying, well, okay, we'll give them up. Do you think that would stop people like what we're listening to right here from doing exactly to us what they're doing down there in Australia? Guys, Second Amendment all the way. Hang on to it. Don't let these raggedy politicians talk us out of it. It's a God-given right, man. That's right. And I'm going to exercise the constipation because I know it. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. And we will see y'all next time. Hopefully not down under where the New World Order or in America with Creepy Sleepy threatening us with my patience is running thin. Okay, let's get back to being America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Okay, let's get back to that. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. Now, God bless y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos. Also, don't forget to donate if you like Kevin's Corner. There are links in the bottom of this video. Check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like the products, put Kevin in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. And what else? Oh, find me on Rumble in the Jungle. All right, God bless you all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.